Until COVID-19, Phare was performing every single night, 365 nights a year, and even twice a night during the high tourism season. The story I'm about to tell you is about a young Cambodian boy born and raised in Cambodia after the fall of the Khmer Rouge, who has become the CEO of this successful social enterprise in Siem Reap.
It's been more than 7 years that I have been with Phare Performing Social Enterprise, better known as Phare Cambodian Circus. It is my privilege and my opportunity to be near young Cambodians who have gone through very difficult experience in their life. I was born in Siem Reap in the year 1980s. At night time, men will patrol the village. They will go around and they will do the sound tok tok tok. And I understood later that the men has to patrol the village to protect the people because Khmer Rouge may come and they may rob people and they may take the resources. And I remember very specifically that there are gunshots, and that's when the Khmer Rouge would come in. Then we would run into a shelter under the ground we call tranché. Then we will carry food, rice, water, and we may stay underground for a few days, and we try to sense what's happening outside. And the songs on radio are very strong, very distinctive, unique music that is very revolutionary style music that is about sacrifice, about blood, about losing a loved one. And as a young person, I try to understand that. My mother has never had an opportunity to go to school, so she does not read, she does not write. My father only had 1 year opportunity to study in school, and he can write Khmer very, very beautifully. And he was a chief village of the village in Siem Reap where I live. So he's a very respected person. That time I remember very well that I am introduced to literature at a very young age because my father is a reader. He reads newspaper every day. And he would finish reading and he will put on the table and I will pick it up and I will read everything. After the war, we have so much less. We don't have anything. We don't have medicine. We don't have a lot of technology. So what happened is people are very creative. They write novels, they write songs, they write poems, and they would draw the cover by themselves. And then they put a beautiful typography of the title of the novel, the story, and they will bring this book to my mother. And my mother say, I pay you this much. And this book, my mother will keep at home and people will come and rent it for 1 week and they will give money to my mom. So my job is reading those books for my sister, for my mother, for my auntie. So I could read Khmer before I went to school.
Because of the political instability, the family decided to move to Battambang, and Dara's parents run several businesses that ended up being quite successful.
We were the first family to have a motorbike. We were the first family to have a television. At that time, I was not a good student at all because life was good. My parents did not have time to look at what I study, and we were living in a rural village. One day, Khmer Rouge come to the village. They killed a few people. They robbed a few houses, and luckily they did not reach my parents' house yet, but they did rob, and they take rice, they take money, they take whatever they can. So my mother decided to send my sister and I to live in Siem Reap for 2 years, to live with my uncle who is a medical doctor. And he was very strict. We have to get up at 4 to read our lesson.
Dara's dad has been sick for 15 years before he passed away. The family sold everything they had. That was probably the U-turn for Dara.
So I learned to be humble, to go through a difficult experience that I can call it poverty. I was selling cake on the street. I carry cake on my head and walk on the street. I sold flower in the market at the pagodas. When we have something small that we carry to sell in the market, we don't have a proper place to sell, and the security always kick us. I feel that the treatment of people in different social class is different, and it should be changed.
And it will change, but progressively. Younger generations start to realize that you don't have to treat people according to their wealth, but according to their values.
When I had to sell things on the street, and my mom would make the cake or would make the flowers so that I can sell, I actually admire my mom very, very much. I always admire her spirit of never give up. And I know that she's very smart. I know that when she faces a problem, she finds a solution immediately. When this business does not work, she already have 2 or 3 other things in her head that she will do. And I learned that a lot from her. Business is creating value. Business is about how do I add value to the process? How do I make life better for my customer, for other people? And I have that since I was young. I understood that when I sell things, when I help my mother in business.
Dara climbed up the social ladder through studying hard. He passed a very competitive examination at IFL, International Foreign Language, which entitled him to pursue a master's degree abroad. However, because of the family situation, he had to give up on his dream. He will move to the capital city only 4 years later to pursue his studies while working in different companies, until he found a place that better reflected his values.
The story that Phare artists share with you, the messaging that would, and that is linked to the value of the art. It's not easily translated into economic value. We can't say this bring $2 million into Cambodian economy. But the subtle thing that bring magic moment and sparkle into the eyes and the brain, then make people say, yes, I can do this, and I will do my best in my life, and I will succeed because these people show me that they can succeed. For example, a poor street kid walks nearby Phare Circus and hear music. He walks in and he asks, "Can I watch?" And we said, "Yes, please do." And then he saw our artist rehearsal. An artist jumped 5 meters into the air and land on the shoulder of another person. Now, for that young kid, he was like, wow, people can do this. Yes, you can do it. And the person who jumped and the person who catch the person who jumped is you before, like you. They did not have a lot in their life. But what did they have? They have an opportunity to trust themselves and to trust another person and to believe that they can do it. And this, I think, we don't learn that in school, and no teacher can help a young person learn that in school setting, especially for a street kid whose trust is non-existent, because when you sleep on the street, you learn to trust no one.
Yet, Dara almost missed the opportunity of his life.
When Phare proposed me the idea of CEO, it was too big for me. And I don't think I was ready. I don't think I have learned enough. My former vice president marketing, he was my boss, my manager. I told him about that. And then he called me into his office and he looked at me in the eye and say, Dara, you go do this. You are meant to do this and you are ready to do this. And I said, but you will lose me. Yes, I will lose you. I'm hurt. I said, why? Because I think you need me. Because I prepared the document for your meeting, for your board meeting. I help you be organized. I help you be productive. I help answer your questions when you need answer quickly. The data or the number that you need for you to talk to the owner of the business, right? They said, yes, I will miss that, but you should go. And I learned from that experience that a leader is someone who sees potentials in people. And a leader is someone who helps other people see potential in themselves that they don't see. And a leader is someone who helps that person see their own potential and reach their own potential, and that means leadership to me.
Here, I want to paraphrase Ratatouille. Not everyone can become a great leader, but a great leader can be found in anyone. Even in a Cambodian boy, born and raised in Cambodia, we just need to see it and give that person the right opportunity.